friends, it is me, Maddie, and today I am back with another video. Let's go! In today's video, I'm going to be doing what my fans request. I was requested, I think it was yesterday, to, make the Am I the Asshole videos a series, and so last night I was all excited to film. I spent so long trying to film, and one thing after another just kept happening. Like, I don't know, it was crazy, and eventually I just lost my patience, and I decided not to make a video anymore because, or no, I did make a video and I didn't like how it turned out because I got so carried away with this, the stories, because I decided to filter it to be by the most recent instead of just popular, and I was responding to people. One thing about me is that I love to talk to strangers online, and give them advice. Okay, but I'm gonna do this with a little bit of inaudible. I'm gonna do this a little bit inaudible because that's what I tried to do yesterday. But then it turned into me typing. If you like typing sounds, let me know and I'll do one that has typing, but it wasn't what I was going for, so whatever. Okay. I don't always understand why we have to put the ages of everyone, but okay. So, this was posted 11 minutes ago. I feel like I like doing this because there's a better chance that the person's actually gonna be the asshole, because I feel like it's always not the asshole. Okay, girlfriend is upset that I hung out with someone that I once went out with years ago. Sorry, 1 to 2 years ago. I, 28 male, had a talking stage and went out just once with a girl, 26 female, 1.5 to 2 years ago. And we realized there's no romantic spark. We decided to be friends. We hang out every so often, once every 2 to 3 months. For context, we've been in the same city for the past 2 years, and I've been in B school. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's just I've been in school. I'm gonna take off my glasses. I don't like the glare of glasses in videos. And she works here full time. My girlfriend lives in the same state as me, about an hour away by flight, and we've been together for about 6 months. This friend and I had planned to meet, had it rescheduled, and met for ice cream on my last day before I left this city. I mentioned it to my girlfriend while on the video call with her, who told me to have fun on my date. In the moment, I assumed she meant it lightheartedly, so I laughed it off on call and ended the call a little while later. fast, just real quick, you guys. Hi, sorry. There we go. It would be nice to not be like hunched over. And I think there she goes. Okay. This is going to be long, but I really need some perspective. Okay. So OB, original poster, is 24 and male, and they have a friend, 25, female. We're gonna call her Jay. They met before the pandemic. We were acquaintances, but during the pandemic, we became incredibly close. We bonded over shared struggles, art, and TV shows, and she became one of the most intense friendships I've ever had. What an interesting way to describe a friendship. Our friendship started in a weird way, in a Zoom meeting. Basically, she was really obnoxious about a left candidate, and I am also a left-leaning individual, but was considering voting for a center-left candidate. I said positive things about the candidate, and she began antagonizing, and I really exploded because it became really offensive pretty quickly, and I called her a fanatic in an angry way. I really hope there's a reason he's telling us this. Anyways, I apologized. That was their anyways, not my anyways. I apologized because I really don't want any bad blood in my life, and that was not how I acted at all, and we started calling each other and became inseparable. During the pandemic, we confided in each other about everything, like a best friend, tell funny jokes, gossiping, talking about paintings, and the TV shows we. They just said, and the TV shows we. I'll assume they mean TV shows we watch. When the pandemic ended and I went back to classes, I had to deal with some issues: depression, social anxiety, and body dysmorphia. This led me to disappear and isolate sometimes. I was going through one of the worst depressive episodes of my life to the point of becoming suicidal. On top of that, my mother had a major health scare. Why are you telling us all of this? I felt completely drained. I'll admit I neglected our friendship at times. Sorry, y'all. Once I forgot her birthday, for example. That is a thing I would not forgive myself for, but I always came back, and she was understanding and supportive. She shared her own struggles, especially when her father passed away in 2021. He was a single dad, and her mom was absent for most of his life. Oh my gosh, can we, on to the real issue? Okay. I forgot this is supposed to be about K-pop. Jay began loving K-pop after we became friends, and since the beginning, I fully supported it. I thought it was a positive escapism, and I really loved that she had been passionate really just thought that was really boring. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do some popular ones because sometimes I just don't know. What about Rising? That sounds good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wait, this is an update, so I don't think I should do it because I didn't do the first one. What is happening? Okay, some of the titles are so interesting. Okay, am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she insisted I pay for her sister's student loans? So I, 28 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 26 female, for about 2 years. A few months ago, I got really lucky at a casino and won about $80,000. That's crazy. Not life-changing money, but definitely a nice chunk of change. Dude, I would invest all of it. I would go shopping, spend a couple $1,000s. Maybe I would spend a couple $1,000s. What am I saying? What am I gonna buy? I would go shopping, have an unlimited budget because I wouldn't find that much stuff that I wanted, and maybe like go on a trip with my friends, like a cheap trip, but just like a little trip, and then I would put it in a high yield savings account or something. That's just what I would do. That's just what I would do. My girlfriend has been struggling with student loans, about $35,000, so I decided to help her out and pay them off completely. That's crazy. She was, oh my gosh, that's crazy. You've only been dating her for 2 years and you spend $35,000 on paying her student loans back. She was super grateful at first, crying and thanking me for weeks. Fast forward to last week, her sister, 24 female, is also dealing with student loans, about $42,000 worth. My girlfriend started, okay, I'm gonna turn the game back up because my fridge finally turned off. My girlfriend started hinting that since I helped her, I should also help her sister. I laughed it off at first, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. She got increasingly pushy about it, saying things like, "You have plenty left." Sorry, not me trying to do the math. He has literally $45,000 left. He spent almost pretty much half of it on her. That's so crazy. And it's selfish to help me, but not my sister. And family helps family. Yo, that's crazy. I explained that while I care about her family, I'm not responsible for her sister's loans. I already did something generous that most boyfriends wouldn't do, honestly. And her sister's finances aren't my responsibility. This is crazy. This turned into a massive fight where she called me selfish and greedy. She literally said, "What's the point of having money if you don't help people with it?" She then gave me an ultimatum. I'm sorry guys, this is blowing my mind. Either pay her sister's loans or she'd reconsider our relationship. I broke up with her on the spot. Now she's blowing up my phone saying I overreacted and her family thinks I'm an asshole. No. He said, so am I the asshole? I don't think that this person is the asshole because I think that his girlfriend is trying to manipulate him into doing something for her sister, which I don't understand why she cares that much. Like, no offense, but like I don't really care that much about my siblings' finances. Maybe if they were like struggling to eat, but like if you chose to go to college and you chose to get student loans, then you know that you have to pay them back. And you shouldn't expect anyone to pay for them for you, let alone your sister's boyfriend. Like, they're not even married, even if they were married. Like, absolutely not. Someone said, I hope he reverses this and gives her like $5,000 or $10,000 to remember how not selfish she is. And someone said, I think that your cent key got corrected to a K. Like he should give her 5 to 10 cents. That was a good one. I wish that I started with that one because that one was fun. Maybe I should start doing by hot. Interesting. Okay, what do we do? This sounds so weird. Sorry, my nose was like kind of stuffy. Okay. Would I be the asshole if I stopped taking my daughter in public? Oh, I thought it said talking to my daughter in public. I know the title sounds bad, but hear me out. I'm 44 male, have 4 kids, 11, 3, and a 10-month-old boy. I am Blasian, who is more black. My partner is Japanese, and one of my girls is very light-skinned. I was at the store with 11 male, 3 female, and 3 female. So does he have, I guess he has twins. We were shopping like normal, and my girls were asking for candy. I said no, and like a normal 3-year-old, they started crying and throwing a temper tantrum and were refusing to leave. So I picked them up and I started leaving the store. Oh goodness. I'm a big guy, 6'7", 255 pounds, so I'm noticeable. I'm also deaf, so I did not hear the woman who yelled that I was kidnapping my own daughter. Before I knew it, I'm being punched by some guy and my daughter is snatched from my hands. I was trying to figure out what was going on and then the cops showed up. I don't think this is real. I think this is fake. I don't know, maybe not. Before getting my statement or listening to my son, who was also desperately trying to translate for me, I pinned to the ground and in handcuffs so tight I still have marks. It's been 5 days. I was arrested, shoved in the back of a cop car while my kids got taken into custody. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. I know it's extreme not to take my daughter in public, unless there's someone who actually looks like her with me, but I'm so worried there's gonna be a day where I don't make it into those cuffs and my kids don't have a dad anymore. I don't have to keep responding to, so I don't have to keep responding to the same suggestions. In the comments, I will be pressing charges. I will be informing my father-in-law, who's the chief of police. I will be getting matching outfits, bracelets, accessories, a family shirt, or something like that. I will not be taking my daughter out in public alone until we get that stuff. Another update, my father-in-law is pissed. We talked on the phone and I explained what happened and he's pissed. He sent an email to the police I described and will be reprimanding them first thing in the morning. He said, I will not stand for this, and he's glad I brought it to his attention. I told him not to mention me in the incident because that caused the investigation. That's wild. That's so crazy, and no, you wouldn't be an asshole for doing that. It sucks that we have to like question if we're an asshole for trying to deal with people who actually are assholes. Like, Hope, can you chill, dude? You really never play with that. She's been doing this thing. I don't know if it's actually a thing or if it's just in my head, where she like misbehaves to try to get my attention when I'm not paying attention to her. Like I had a little Zoom meeting earlier, and tell me why she's like playing with my shoes. Ugh. Oh, I forgot it doesn't stop. Okay, I thought it was gonna stop recording because I have 10% battery left. She's like playing with my shoes, running around, playing with this thing, playing with that, like right next to me, and now she's playing with a toy that she never plays with. No, definitely not the asshole, and I really hope that they're able to Okay, I'm gonna do this last one. This is funny. Am I the asshole for refusing to watch TV shows with my girlfriend because she always falls asleep and then demands that we rewatch them? So, my girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years. Not 1, not 2, but 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. We love watching shows together. It's our thing, or at least it used to be. Honestly, red flag when your thing is doing something that you don't have to interact with each other with. That's not true. Obviously, everybody likes to watch TV together, but if that's like your favorite thing to do together, then I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a dick. The problem is she falls asleep every single time. This is my boyfriend, you guys. It doesn't matter what we're watching. Thrillers, comedies, high-stakes dramas. 5 minutes in, she's out cold like a tranquilized bear. But then the next day, she gets mad at me for watching without her and insists we start over. I tell her, babe, you made it 5 minutes in. And she'll be like, yeah, but I was there in spirit. That's crazy. This has resulted in us watching the first 20 minutes of at least 15 different shows multiple times. I've seen the beginning of Breaking Bad so many times that I could teach a college course on it, but I've yet to make it to season 2. Last night, I put my foot down. We started The Last of Us, her idea, and like clockwork, she passed out 10 minutes in. When she woke up and saw that I had kept watching, she gasped like I'd personally betrayed her and said, "You watched without me." I told her that from now on, I'm instituting a no rewinds for sleepyheads policy. If she falls asleep, that's on her. She called me a heartless monster and is now refusing to start any new shows with me unless I agree to always wait for her. Am I the asshole for refusing to live my life in 20-minute chunks? This is a really good one to end on. No, you're not the asshole, and I think that this is hilarious because my boyfriend always falls asleep to stuff, and I have a thing where, like, if it's something that neither of us have seen before, like, he's watched a lot more movies than I have, and we don't usually watch that many, like, shows together, but, if it's a movie that he hasn't seen, then I'm like, okay, but are you awake for this right now? Because if you're gonna fall asleep after 10 minutes, I'm gonna be sad that we didn't get to watch this together, but if he's seen it before, then I'm, like, less, like, annoyed about it. And then also, if he says that he's sleepy and we know that he's gonna fall asleep super quickly, then I'm like, okay, then you don't get to have a say in what we watch right now because you're just gonna fall asleep anyways. And he's like, fine. So, no, you're not the asshole. It's crazy to, like, be annoyed at someone for watching without them when they're the ones falling asleep. Like, what are they supposed to do? Just, like, watch the 10 minutes and then watch something else and then watch the 10 minutes with you, which I've definitely done,